What's up? PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video for you YouTubers. Appreciate you guys watching it. Alright, so BTC was still looking for that short squeeze. Was still looking to get that red vector up. We did try to do a short squeeze here, but it was not like we just squeezed these people. This has to go higher. This has to come around here. It's been consolidating right now. Obviously, we've been building positions both sides, so I think we're gonna sweep both sides. All right, but may I remind you that the side range is very, 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 very narrow. Okay, small. All right, compared to some other side ranges, for example, like this one was small too, and you know what happened, right? But this one was a little bit bigger. We have wider side ranges, but this is another small one, which we should be aware. And this might tell us that we might just continue to go down. Yeah, we might do a short squeeze, but then continue to go down, or we might not do a short squeeze and just continue down. That is a possibility of the situation. Now, where are we aiming? Where are we aiming? So towards downside, first we're talking about the low average daily. That's a level there. Now, if I bring on the 4-hour chart, okay, you could see the bottom, all right, of the W pattern, or where we head towards the 117 is right here, right? So first, we're going to come towards the wick. There's buyers still there. We'll see how they react. This is going to be your first sign. Now, after you hit this, then you could slice it all the way to this weekly. Now, the weekly, however, is the last chance, which is 105. After that, you're going to lose it all the way, I think, to 98. All right, so when we lose this $105,000, like you're gonna go slice the 102, which is a monthly level. Like keep that in mind. We're coming close to the end of the month, so this level might get tested. 102, 360. Okay. Now after this level gets tested, and if you don't hold it, you're coming all the way to 98, 445, and that is a fact. That is a guarantee, in my opinion, though. My opinion. I mean, it's not a guarantee, honestly. It's just a projection. All right, but we're talking about maybe a sweep the low, right? Come towards 108, get these liquidations, then come back up and clear at least 111,579. We're basically talking about this beautiful 4-hour level, which is a little bit below the daily level, and the daily level is 111,780. This was a 4-hour level. I changed it to daily, okay, because it has a lot of confluence on the daily. So then we have this 4-hour level. So basically, you could end up around here, and then yeah, take it back down. That's my projection. Now, obviously, if the sellers are strong, we're gonna completely come back down, maybe show a reaction, come here or even lower, right? And then continue to sell off to where the liquidity is, right? And in any case, if we hold this, I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. If we hold 111,780 again, we might go for another try towards upside. Now it could be either 115 higher or higher. Now people are like, no, this is it, the sells are the sells are beginning, we're bearish now. I'll talk about that. We are not bearish. The big money is not selling. Okay, do not believe what you read in the fucking Twitters. Big money is not selling. Now let's talk about the large orders here. Actually, since we want to talk about the big money, let me actually load the Arcom Intel. Okay, now as it loads, we go into sell. So as you guys could see, we do have a lot of bids around here, but we do have a little bit of sells ready to be triggered to, and these are, by the way, only perpetual, only spot. Let me turn on the perpetuals. All right. So perpetual wise, we do have a lot until 112 now, especially around here, that we could just whack through and clear them all, right? And then come back down and clear the lows, and then, fill more. I think going up first makes more sense, because this way more longers will come in place. So when you want to come back down later on, you have more liquidity to play with. That's what I think. Okay. Now, that's what I said. So like I said, towards upside first, but I think you might want to wick to 108,400. Obviously I showed it on the chart before. You could say here we have 1 billion sell orders all the way towards upside, right? Now the same range towards downside, we have only 288 million in buy orders. Okay, so we could say like there's a huge difference in this local area that sells between the buys. All right, that's why we might spike up for that short squeeze. I'm still looking for that. I'm still waiting for that short squeeze. Now take a look at this liquidation. This is for 24 hours. So in the past day in the which is by the way weekend, people have been opening longs and short both sides. So it just tells me that the market would like to sweep both sides, right? To just get all of those weekend traders who are waiting for a big school run out. Now, if you're the shorter, you shorted from, for example, around here, and you're waiting for a 108 to take your TP. You're Gucci. You might take it first. And same with 108 longers, we're waiting to take a TP right around here. For a scalp, maybe it works, but I don't think any school run. People are gonna get shaken out very heavily. Now let's take a look at this on BTC. I actually forgot to change this. BTC over 1 week. Now, this was BTC, right? Yeah, BTC perpetual on 24 hours. Now we want to talk about weekly range on BTC. Now, the weekly range tells us a little bit of different story. It tells us there's a lot of liquidation around $114,000, and there's a little bit of big liquidation around 108 too. So we might get that 108 and then go for that $114,000 or even above it. You never know, but in general, that might happen. Now, this is again 7 days on BTC. So I want to show you guys here on over $110, $110,000, 921. The cumulative is going to be 600 million to grab. It's not that much. And the same over 107, 600. I'm trying to tell you guys there's a sweep to both sides. We're going to clear both sides. Now, take a look at 3 exchanges. Around $114,000 is going to be 7.22 billion to clear out. Around that 110, 2.46 billion to clear out, right? And around 107 is going to be 2.83 to clear out. So that 114 might come when we go into the market, but we might clear the 107, right? I'm sorry, 110, and then go clear 107, and then come back to where we are right now, meaning inside of the side range. So now I'm going to talk about the side range a little bit more. Just showing you guys the max pain really doesn't matter over the weekend. You can see that this coin, as this shitcoin, has been liquidating a lot of longers. You know, the majors, the only ETH's been at the top, and that's the screener, which doesn't matter. Now, about everybody is selling. We're gonna sell. We're going to the bear market. I've been just bombarded by these fucking bullshits, and I've been just reading a lot of threads on Twitter about it as I'm scrolling. Look, this is BlackRock owns this much Bitcoin. Okay, they're not selling. Look at the chart. Do you see any sell here? No. It's at its all-time high. It's consolidating there. Yes, a little bit down, a little bit up. That's what we call accumulation. Okay, they're not selling, ladies and gentlemen, and this is just one of the big ones. Okay, now if you just go to Arcom Intel, and then you see BTC, all right, spot, press enter. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? Don't do that, but you could do that. Arcom just went into a. I mean, Arcom is a little bit. There you go. So I'm gonna go and show you guys all the spots right now. Okay. I'm gonna do all the spots so you guys see it. Oh geez, it's not logged in. Give me a second. Give me a. You know what? We're gonna forget it because yeah, it's not gonna work out. So, but the big money, as I showed you guys, the BlackRock. Okay, they're not selling. All right. Now I'm gonna go into it after I'm done with the YouTube video. So USDT right now, dominancy, the one that we didn't talk, it's holding the 5 EMA. All right. Now I am expecting, because this worked. Now I'm expecting the leg down to this area for that short squeeze, or even higher, or even lower. My bad. All the way to this area for a short squeeze. That is it. Now I don't know if it's gonna give it to me or not, but we're about to see. Now just conclude. Nasdaq, this was the Friday. We did move towards the upside a little bit. We did a W pattern, but we didn't a dump. And SPX kind of filled the gap and went a little bit upside. So now BTC, I'm going to conclude the session, I'm going to conclude the video, is going to sweep the side ranges, or it might just go for that short, heavy short squeeze, okay, and then come back over the for Monday. So there's a couple of scenarios you could go. You could short squeeze all the way to 114. Okay, maybe you started today, you continue on Monday for that short squeeze all the way to 114. Once you got it on Tuesday, you dump it down. Now, before we call it, I'm gonna show you guys what news we have for basically last week of September was. Last week was, previous week. We'll only have a couple of days in it, and then we go into the new month. So keep that in mind. On the new month, we always have some different. New month usually pushes it up, right? Sometimes we not. Now, so on Monday, you could see there's not much news, just as a pending home sales, which is actually important. We're gonna see how that would come, because that would show the the strength in people expense. People expending money or buying basically homes. Jolt's jobs opening. This is the only thing that comes at am I right? Tuesday, September 13th. Yeah, that is it. And then we go into Wednesday, October, which we got non-farm employment change. Then we get the PMI too. So important news on the first day on October, and then the next day, which is going to be Thursday. Obviously, we get every week unemployment claims. We'll see how much is that, and then on Friday again we get the average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. So this Friday, the next week Friday, is going to be important, and don't forget about the PMI. So next week Friday, I think is going to be very volatile compared to the other days. We'll see what happens, and if the short squeeze continues, or we're going to continue to fill the longs. But that would be it, guys. And obviously, if we lose the silo and we lose this yellow line, I would say this yellow line, which is 108.822, I would say they're gonna just dump it further down. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. Until next time, peace out.